Look at you, loser. Look at you, loser. Talking about YouTube won't pay the rent, Spotify won't pay the rent, this and that won't pay the rent. You're a loser. Loser. So this video is for the losers that keep on harassing creative people, saying bullshit like YouTube won't pay the rent, this and that. There is people right now on YouTube, on Spotify, on SoundCloud, wherever they publish their art, that make a lot of money, okay? So now, as a creative person, if you think about the money all the time, you won't receive it. So when you create your content, your art, please make sure you stop thinking about how you're gonna make money. This is a stupid mindset. This is a mindset that it's very limiting. And you might say, I have to pay the bills, and I'm sick of it. I'm tired of this mindset that people have, that I have to pay the bills. No one cares you have to pay the bills, okay? You just need to focus on your heart and stop thinking about the bills, this and that, okay? Stop thinking about the bills. Who gives a shit about the bills? Do you think that a creative artist that it's successful thinks about the bill? But they have money because they didn't care about the bills, so they kept creating and they managed to get money. Rich people, before becoming rich, they didn't care about suffering, the bill. Now the bill, I have to pay the bill. No one cares, okay? They just knew that at one point they're gonna have a lot of money if they keep going with their art, with their things that they like. So if you're a loser that thinks about the bill, life is one, and you cannot think about the bills, okay? You cannot think about, I have to pay the bills. You're a loser if you have the mentality that you are always the bills, but I have to feed my family, but I have to. You're a fucking loser. I'm telling you right now. You're a pain in the ass of society. When when money gets in between the creative process, it's a problem. When you create, you don't have to think about money. You know that money will come. It's a mindset. Having money, it's a mindset, okay? And if you have this mindset of the bills, you're a loser and you don't have money. Stop it. What are you doing? Stop it. You are really a pain in the ass. Let me tell you. Why would you have this mindset? Stop it. And I hate when there is creative people that are constantly told, where are you gonna make the money? People like you put fear into creative people, and it's very annoying. It gets to a point where I'm like, I don't want to hear I want to hear successful people. I don't want to hear this loser that tells me that it's not gonna work out, that Spotify is not gonna pay my bills. Meanwhile, the job that you have is not paying your bills anyway. So let's recap. You have a job that you don't like, that it's barely paying your bills, and you got the courage to say to creative people, this and that won't pay the bills. Bitch, you hate your job. At least these creative people, they love what they do. Maybe they can't pay the bills in this moment, but there is gonna be a day where they're gonna make money. Like, creative people don't have just a source of income like you, okay? Creative people have many sources of income, many ideas, okay? So if you're a creative person, there is people around you that are telling you, this won't pay the bills, this won't make you hit. Don't listen to them. Do not listen to them, okay? Loser. It's very tiring to keep, like, this is part of an artist. When you start, people are gonna tell you this won't pay you the bills. Yes, bitch, the job you got is not paying you the bills anyway. At least I do what I like. At least I don't get a job. At least I'm not a slave to a boss. Like, I don't know what you're talking about. At least I'm creative. At least I'm authentic. At least I'm going with the flow. At least I know one day this is gonna pay off. But you're a fucking loser. So here you are talking about the bills, the bills, the bills. You are cocky, and it gets to a point where nobody wants to listen to you. And I hope every creative person don't take this seriously. When someone tells you, and it won't pay the bills, it won't pay the bills, these people are lower class poor people that think about the bills every fucking day. Because a rich person, a creative successful person, if you tell them I want to do this, this and that, and start Spotify and start YouTube and start selling my heart, these people will never tell you, oh, but the bills, oh, but you won't make it. It's always unsuccessful losers that will try to install fear into you, because they themselves are losers and they wish they could be doing what they want, but they are not, because they are too afraid of going homeless and this and that, because they don't have the mindset of, yes, this is me, I am making it. So they will always try to tell you that you won't make it. The bills, the bills, the bills, everything is expensive, the cost of living crisis. Bitch, the cost of living crisis, it's not real. There is people right now, billionaires, millionaires, average middle class people, having the best time of their lives. And here you are talking about the bills, because you are not connected to your higher self and to your inner child, and you just keep thinking about the bills, the bills, the bills. No one gives a fuck. And you're a loser. That's what I wanted to say, because I saw this video of this guy today on TikTok, and he said exactly what I was saying, and he inspired me to make this video. He said that his dream is to make music and to be on runway. And he was like, every time they ask me, what you want to do, and I tell them this and that, they answer, but that Spotify won't pay the bills. And he said exactly what I said, because yes. And so the guy inspired me to make a video. So if you are the kind of person that thinks about the bills, the bills, the bills, the bills, you pay the bills once a month. Once a month, and the rest of the month you have all the time to create. Even if you have a job, you can start. But here you are talking about the bills, the bills. I don't have enough money, I don't have enough money, and the bills. Can you shut the fuck up? That's why I don't like broke people. They always talk about, oh, the water, it's finished. Sorry, let me put some water, because I like the ambience. She's back. So people will tell you, why don't you get a real job? Why do you feel the need to tell people to get a real job? Why do you feel the need to tell people get a real job? No, I don't get it. Almost as if you wish to be me. Almost as if you wish to have the courage to start a channel and start from zero and seeing no results for years. Almost as if you are afraid to do that. But when you succeed, people will be like, oh, inspirational. How did you do that? I don't know, I'm not like you. You know what I mean? It's always losers telling you about, this is not a real job, get a real job. And I'm like, yes, bitch, but Nothing is real on this planet. Plus, the real job that you got makes you sad. The real job that you have makes you miserable, and it makes you struggle paying the bills. So now, what's the difference between you having a real job and struggling paying the bills, to an artist that is struggling paying the bills because at the moment they don't have the income? What's the difference? The difference is that an artist at least love what they do. An artist doesn't have a boss to tell them shit. That's the difference between a real job. By the way, the real job was created by people like me that persist and believe in themselves. So the real job that you have, go tell your boss, find yourself a real job. Go tell your entrepreneur, businessman boss, go find a real job. I want to see what he's gonna tell you. I want to see what he's gonna tell you. He's probably gonna laugh in your face, okay? You have to believe it and actually believe that one day is gonna come, the day where I am so rich. And if I don't become rich, I don't know, because it will never happen that I don't become rich. This is the mindset. So, to all the losers out there telling people to find a real job and that art won't make you money and you're gonna struggle, I want you to remind yourself that you, as a loser that works a 9 to 5 that you hate, you already cannot pay the bills, okay? So it's better to be creative and self-employed and not be able to pay the bills for a little bit until your business goes up, instead of being a loser that works a 9 to 5 and I'm waiting a check every month, and every day I have to give my time, my precious time, for a few pennies. If you work a real job, you don't know your value as a person, as a human being. You don't know that you are very valuable and you are worth more than those few pennies that you get at the end of the month, you know. But you don't know that, and you tell people to get a real job, and there is no such a thing as a real job. Everything is made up. So the real job that you go every day was created by an entrepreneur that had a vision, had a passion, and they created it, okay? Cars back then didn't exist. This job to make cars was created after. So if Ford didn't believe in himself, you wouldn't have a job, okay? If ice cream wasn't created by someone that was doing crazy stuff in the lab, you wouldn't have a job. What else? Many things. Every single thing around you was created by the mind, by creative people like me that believed in themselves, okay? And even if you're not this great creative person that managed to get money like Tesla, just it's better to be creative and get little money than be a loser that works a job and you are not creative and you get few money because you need to pay the bills and you're afraid to get in the streets. I said what I said. In the very future, about 20-30 years, AI will take your 9 to 5 job, which is great because you complain about your job every day, and I believe nobody should work a job. So when you complain about your job and then you go on the internet harassing people about why don't you get a real job, I just wanted to tell you that your real job one day is gonna be not there. AI will take over because this is evolution. If we are saying to ourselves that working a job is too much and we don't want to work a job and we are tired of working, AI is taking over and it's great. I don't know why y'all are complaining. Y'all are afraid that money don't come. Change your mindset and do yourself a favor. In the future, the job you want me so much to get won't be there. The job you have right now that pays your bills won't be there forever. So when I and creative people are managed to stay in contact with higher self and inner child, and we are making sure we're gonna get money by our creativity, because there is people that value creativity, there is people that are willing to pay millions for a piece of art if this creative person knows their worth. This is what is gonna be the future, okay? This is what is gonna get money. So now that you criticize people like me, I just wanted to tell you that one day this is gonna be this is gonna be the future, okay? So you can go on and talking about the real job and stuff like that. I think I have an air in my mouth, you know, like keep talking about your real stupid job and how people at your job are hateful and y'all gossip. Y'all are a bunch of hateful people, I'm gonna tell you. So keep working at your job. Meanwhile, I'm working on being creative. Being creative is amazing. Even if you don't see money coming, I still prefer like this. I prefer being creative and seeing no money for a bit than oppress myself and work a 9 to 5. Okay, it's better. People don't want to hear that. They think a 9 to 5 is better and it's serious and but honestly I think you're just a slave and you don't know that yet. Tell me a person that works a job that it's happy and it's satisfied with the money they make. Nobody, none of you are happy. Okay, so before you comment under a creative person that it's starting their creative process and you comment this is not gonna get you money, I just wanted to let you know that a creative person doesn't care about that aspect that much as you are. That person is not afraid to not pay the bills, but you are, because you are lacking abundance. You don't think you're gonna make it, and you project into people that believe in themselves. That's it. And you might look at people, creative people that are in the streets and sing, and you're afraid to be like them because they don't get paid. But you know, those people at least do what they want to do in their lives, and they're not chained into a routine that doesn't belong to them, you know? Because why would I wake up and in the morning to go working? Why would I give my time like this? My routine has to go around the job that I have. At a certain time I have to wake up, at a certain time I have to eat. No, I eat and I wake up when I want. Y'all are not ready, but in the future, working a 9 to 5 is not gonna be the same way it is right now. People are gonna work more from home. People are gonna work from home. People are gonna sell online. And to all of you losers working a job, uh, your job is not gonna be there. And while you wasted all this time talking shit about creative people, these creative people mastered the art of making money and being creative at the same time. And here you are in 20, 30 years, you're gonna cry because you cannot get a job. and also you don't have the sensibility and the creative part for you to create a job for yourself, because you wasted time talking about people that don't have a job and are entrepreneurs and make money being creative. And I want you to let you know that the creativity in this world, it's the future, because it's feminine, it's divine feminine, and it's awakening right now. So if you're a man or a woman, it doesn't matter. Creativity is the future. Creativity will make you money. And if by now you didn't understood that, and you still value a 9 to 5, which is masculine and it's not healthy for nobody, I just wanted to let you know that very soon that is not gonna be in place. Okay, just right now people say that it's difficult to find a job because there is no job anymore. That's the past. Okay, searching for a job is the past. Gen Z cannot find. Gen Z, I'm Gen Z. If you are Gen Z watching this, I just wanted to let you know, the world or parents, great grandparents were living it, that's the past, and we don't want it. The future, it's for us to be creative. We are gonna revolutionize the way to work. Okay, that's why you cannot find a job, because if you cannot find a job, it's because it's not for you. You need to create your job. And if making TikTok is gonna make you money, do it. Who cares? You know how many people make? There is people on TikTok that make much money than these people that go to a job. These people that go to a normal job will never see that amount of money, and they think they are doing well. See, I'm working hard. You are stupid. You are stupid, because if I can go to TikTok, do a little dance, and people are gonna like, and I'm getting paid much more than you, much more than 2 years of you working. Why I have to be stupid enough to search a job? I don't understand why these people are like this. You're so silly. And it's all about mindset, and that's why it's important to know yourself and be high frequency, and to know that the shift it's happening, and the time it's now. The time we've been asking for so long, where we don't work, it's right now. Okay, my generation needs to understand that we are not made to work. We're not gonna find a job. Okay, this is the new way. Gen Z it's gonna start in the Gen Alpha, I think it's called. They're gonna start living the reality. Okay, but yeah, live for yourself. Don't think about how you're gonna get money and how you're gonna eat and pay the bills. Those are irrelevant things. And I know that you may say, no, it's not, but honestly it is. And when you think about it, it gets in the way of creativity, it gets on the way of, it gets on the flow. It blocks the flow. Okay, stop doing that. Stop doing that. And stop following your family that wants you to do a certain things. You know, there is a lot of people that have a job and they make good money on their job, okay, but they are so unhappy because they don't like what they do. And on the other side, there is people that love what they do by themselves, and they are creative. They don't earn as much as another person with a 9 to 5, but they are more happy because they are not slave to a job, and they are creative. And creativity is very freeing. It's amazing. So which one will you be? You want to be the loser that get a job, or you want to create your own job? Which one you want to be? And we need to stop putting fear into people of, oh, you're gonna starve, you're gonna starve, you're not gonna be able to pay your bills. Bitch, the majority of you don't have a job that pays well. The majority of you that have a job are in fear of paying the bills. That means that you are not, that you know those money you're gonna receive are not enough. What are you talking about? Why you come to creative people talking about this is not gonna make you money, this is not gonna pay the bills? Yes it is. Yes it is. Maybe not in the beginning, but after a while it's gonna start paying hella money. I don't know what you're talking about. You know what? It makes sense. The way these people talk, it makes sense. These people that talk about getting a job and how you're gonna pay the bill, you have to pay the bills. These are the same people that at school had straight A. These are the same followers, losers, that are afraid of doing something creative, something new, because they're afraid they can't pay the bills. Meanwhile, on the other side, there is a rich guy that wasn't rich, but wasn't afraid of the bills and was focusing on other things, and he managed to get rich. And here you are, a fucking loser, talking about the bills, the bills, the bills, the bills. I gotta raise a family. Why do you have a family that you cannot afford yet? Why do you have a family that you cannot afford yet? Because you had to get a job. I got a good job. No, you don't. No, you don't. You don't have a good job. You have just a job that keeps your imagination, your fantasy locked in a box, and you are a loser thinking about the job. And if you look around, there is so many ways to make money. There is jobs in these moments that nobody knows the existence of it, that are so fun, and they make you a lot of money. And there is people that are passionate about something, and they go search a job that they really like, not just to search a job because they gotta get money. They go search a job because they like to, I don't know what job that is, specific jobs, I don't know, they love to do that, and they get paid as well too, a lot. And here you are talking about the bills. What if this job doesn't get me the bills? What if this then? That job is not getting you the bills anyway. Anyways, I said what I said. So if this is your sign to go for your dreams and be creative, remove the money part, because that's that part is the part that doesn't make you get money. If you keep thinking about getting money while you're doing your creative shit, you are not gonna get it, okay? So me and my iconic sunglasses tell you bye for now. See you in the next video. And if you can subscribe to this, just do it.